Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 10 of the UK&I Monday Night Skip Barber Series live here on RaceSpotTV in association with the Calm Zone. Tonight's race is at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, a 7-kilometer racetrack with 21 turns and some very long straightaways. Temperatures today a little bit colder than usual for this season, 18 degrees in the air, 25 on the track, and we have a stacked field today of 49 cars. That's if everybody takes the grid. Qualifying is in the books as well. My name is Linus Broström and I'm joined by Ryan Walker here today, and you can see on the screen here is the championship standings. Leus at 345. I don't think those are the right standings though, for some reason. So it's actually Simon Edwards leading on 270 ahead of Pattinson at 222 and Will Redford at 212. So that's what it is. Here is the starting grid for today's race though. Leus on pole position with Simon Edwards in second place, Paul Grillo in third, Ewan Pattinson in fourth, Will Redford in fifth, Michael Fiedler all the way up in sixth, Anthony Catt down in seventh, Rhys Saunders with another great qualifying in eighth, Anthony PM Jones in ninth, and Nicholas Warren Roberts rounding out the top 10. Then we have Adam Miles in 11th, Seth Brown in 12th, Andrew Baranowski in 13th, Daniel Tufts in 14th, Clark Williams in 15th, Simon Maltby in 16th, Kevin Budgeon in 17th, Tony Stack in 18th, Seymour Harding in 19th, and John Edwards rounding out the top 20. The rest of the grid is up on your screen. And well, Ryan, welcome back to the Skippys, and what's your expectations for today's race?
Yeah, it's good to be back, Linus. Good to be back, calling the action alongside you again. And I think tonight was the nature of Spa and this race. I think the nature of it basically is going to be draft fest.
It definitely will. Massive long straightaways here, especially coming up after Eau Rouge. But we'll see what happens here. Usually have some really good racing around here. Engines are revving now, the red lights are on, and we are racing here at Spa-Francorchamps. He's going to get the best launch here. It looks like Leus is going to get a decent start. He's going to move down in front of Simon Edwards right away. Paul Grillo slots into third. A little bit of side-by-side back there in 7th and 8th. That's Rhys Saunders moving up the inside of Anthony Catt. He's not going to be able to take that position away though. He's going to hold on to his position there. 3 and 4 wide back in the pack though, going really wide, but at the front of the field is Leus is taking the lead, coming down Eau Rouge for the first time. Paul Grillo looking like he wants to go too wide, but he definitely don't want to do that here through the first on the first lap through Eau Rouge. You basically never want to do it, but especially not in the first lap. You can see everybody making it through here though. That's Redford going a little bit wide. For some reason Redford is dropping down the order here. I didn't see him go off the track, but let's see if we can figure out what's happening there, as they're now going 3 wide already. 2 wide now. Edwards has gone past Leus, and Paul Grillo has as well. Hughes gets it back though on Grillo. He's going to get draft on Edwards as well, but it looks like Edwards is going to slot into the lead here at the end of the straightaway on the first lap.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought people were going to maybe be patient and just settle down and just settle down a little bit, but it doesn't appear to be the case, as everyone's already scrapping mums and selves, and it looks like further back Anthony PM Jones is trying to make a move, but so far it's everyone's actually been really sensible.
They really are. And the update there on Will Redford, he actually just had technical issues and lost connections, so that's a real pity for him, qualifying in 5th position. He's out of the race. That's definitely going to hurt his championship, as we have Anthony Catt now moving up to the inside of Ewan Pattinson. It looks like Pattinson is going to have the overspeed on the outside. Oh, might have been a little bit of contact there, I'm not sure, but Pattinson got sideways, kept that car under control though. Catt is going to be up the inside of him again, but Pattinson is going to hold on to that position. At the front, Leus is right on the back of Edwards as well, but for these couple of corners here, I think we're going to stay in position as we're getting on to the next little bit of draft straight away here. I guess we can see them go 2 by 2 into the final corners again, like we will see on pretty much every lap here, after coming through Campus and Stavelot, now coming down towards Blanchimont, which is going to be the next overtaking opportunity coming into the final chicane.
Absolutely, as we're just heading up to Blanchimont now, and at the moment they're all pretty much still staying in line, but as I say that, it looks like someone behind us going to make a move up and heading up to Blanchimont, and it's a bit risky on the first lap trying to go 2 by 2, but it looks like everyone is just about just being sensible. As yeah, just look at the line of cars now. It's just sliding through Blanchimont. It's such a wonderful sight to see.
Going to be 3 wide into the final chicane here. Cat looking to make it 3. Pattinson holds it up. Contact between Edwards and Pattinson. Pattinson goes around. I think Simon Edwards might have gotten away with that, though. He's going to keep going in third. Pattinson is going to drop down to 17th, 18th, 19th position. Possibly even further down. I don't know if he's got any damage from that, but that has really spread out the front of the field. Going to get a replay of that here. They're 3 wide. There'll be Cat on the inside. Edwards doesn't go all the way in as Pattinson expects him to. They make contact, but it does not look like there's too much damage to either of those cars. So they're all going to be able to keep going. Edwards is still sitting in third. That spread them out a bit, but there's still 13 cars here in the lead pack, if you count away the front 2. But when they get up through Arush and Radion here onto the Camel Straight, that gap is going to come right down with the draft. As we're going to see Nagrelo going to go to the left of Lee Hughes. Now neither of them will have any draft. Simon Edwards is going to get right up there, and then they're side by side behind as well. That's Cat and Fiedler. Fiedler moving up into 4th position, but you can see just how fast Simon Edwards is closing in. They're 3 wide behind as well. Von Roberts is in that battle with Fiedler and Cat, but it looks like Von Roberts is actually going to get all the way up to 4th. There's 2 positions gained for him on that lap alone, and that gap is almost gone now. This group is back from 2 at the front to be in the whole 13 car train, as they're still going out of here for 4th position. Fiedler looking to get a move on Von Roberts, who's going to be up the inside now, coming down into Brussels, if that's how you pronounce it. A long right-hander then into the next left-hander here, cow corner, and he's going to get that position away from him. So Michael Fiedler up into 4th position, Von Roberts down to 5th, but at the front is Paul Grillo leading in the way from Lee Hughes, and Simon Edwards right on the back in 3rd.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, the top 2 at the front were away, but that's the thing with Spa, is he might be away up at the front, but if you keep scrapping amongst yourselves, and because of the draft, that pack can get bigger and bigger, as yeah, it looks like we're just about to get a replay of the contact. The replay of the standings, sorry, my apologies.
Here is the correct standings as well. We had the final standings from last season for some unexpected reason, but as you can see, Lee Hughes leading the way here. Ahead of Simon Edwards, but I believe the names are still in the wrong order. It's the right points, but in the wrong order. So we'll get that sorted for what it is after the race. Now Simon Edwards is coming up the left side here of Lee Hughes. That's going to be the inside for the next little kink. It's going to drop in behind him though. Meanwhile, Lee Hughes is going to dive to the inside of Paul Grillo instead. Edwards taking it easy, but Paul Grillo says, Lee Hughes says, I'm not. He's going to take that lead going into Blanchimont, and now coming into the chicane for the 2nd time today. Grillo is going to stay behind. Edwards is going to tuck him behind as well. He does not want to go side by side after what happened on the last lap back behind Cat, and Von Roberts is side by side for 5th. Cat on the outside. There's almost contact behind as well, and they're really stacking up here. When you go side by side through the chicane, you lose so much speed that the cars behind, they've got nowhere to go. They basically park on top of each other, but they all get through there fine somehow. Cat gets back up to 5th ahead of Von Roberts. Reece Saunders in 7th, and then PM Jones in 8th as they're going side by side yet again. Now there's a lap car coming out the track right next to these guys. He's going to stay well out of the way though, but you can see this whole group of 13 cars still in one massive pack. Then 14th and 15th have pulled away a bit from the guys behind them, but now coming up to the end of the Camel Straight here, we're going to see 2, 3, possibly even 4 wide at the back of this pack when they get to draft off each other. And here you have the correct championship standings. Simon Edwards leading the way, so have a look at that while they're going 3 wide. Simon Edwards in the middle. Lee Hughes just backs out. It's Grillo and Edwards for the lead. Edwards is going to take it. Grillo all the way over on the outside, but he's going to be clear there, Edwards, so he's going to slot into the lead. Cat back behind holds on to 5th from Von Roberts. They're side by side for 7th. Saunders holding off PM Jones, that does a great job through there, and behind them they're all side by side just trying to keep up. So we got a bit of 3 wide there, not as much as I thought, but still everybody's single filing out, coming in to Les Combs now down into Brussels again. And this group, Seth Brown has actually dropped off the back of it a little bit. He's lost about half a second coming through Les Combs there, so I'm not really sure what happened, but still 12 cars in the group with Clark Williams at the back of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This pack is still line astern, and it's getting bigger, but Brown has fallen back like you mentioned, and I think the people that's probably doing the sensible thing at the moment is probably the ones at the back of this pack, the people like Clark Williams, who's always been known to be not an aggressive racer. He just plays a waiting game. Is right on board with one of the cars in that pack at the moment, and was Anthony Catt just about runs into the back of Michael Fiedler.
See how close they are to each other here, nose to tail, and Fiedler, he's got no room for error here. If Lee Hughes taps the brakes at any point, he's just going to run straight over him. But these guys flat out through the right-hander here on to... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that straightaway name. Down towards Blanchimont, though. He's going to be up the outside of Lee Hughes. You can see him lifting slightly there to get back in behind him. You do not want to be on the outside coming into Blanchimont. Now see if Paul Grillo dives up the inside of Edwards again. Edwards goes very defensive. Grillo is actually going to move to the outside. That's not going to help him, but he's going to try to crossover coming down to the chicane. It's going to go left or right. Edwards is going to block the inside. Here comes Grillo to the outside. Lee Hughes back there behind, waiting for a mistake. They're going to go side by side as well. That's Catt making a dive on Fiedler, and Reese going to the outside. That's Vaughan Roberts going to the outside of Reese Saunders, actually. No, it's Saunders passing Vaughan Roberts. 4th, and PM Jones gets through on Vaughan Roberts as well, up to 7th. I think there was some contact, but they all got through it. Simon Edwards held on to the lead. Grillo still in 2nd. Lee Hughes tried to get up there, but these guys going side by side behind. That slowed them up a little bit. Coming onto the straightaway now, though, they'll be catching right back up, but you can see still 2 by 2 through the hairpin. Now coming down the hill, down towards Eau Rouge, up towards Radion, and then back onto the Camel Straight. You can see Lee Hughes there moving out of line to not get too close to Paul Grillo. He wants the speed coming up the hill, and now they're side by side. We're riding on board here with Clark Williams, Miles and Vaughan Roberts, so side by side up through Eau Rouge, and they're going to make it work. They slot in next to each other. Here comes Grillo up the outside of Simon Edwards. He's going to clear him, but Lee Hughes wants to get involved as well. He's going to be up the inside of Paul Grillo, and it looks like Lee Hughes is actually going to get the lead here. Simon Edwards slots in behind. He's going to make a dive back. He is not. And then there is Saunders and Fiedler going side by side back behind them. Fiedler back up to 5th position. Saunders slots in behind it, but it's Lee Hughes back to the point.
Yeah, Hughes back to the lead, and it's just you've got a battle up at the front, you've got a battle in the middle of this pack, and it's every way you look. You've got a battle behind us. It looks like Anthony PM Jones again trying to make a move. He's all over the back of Saunders, but he can't really do anything about him.
These guys are just all over each other in this group, and they're not backing off each other at all, and there is more battles going on. There's a massive group from 16th on back there. Pattinson, Miles Harding, Redford and Maltby, they've been going at it the whole race as well. And then we got O'Keefe, Cowell, Dolan, Cowan and McGrother. As always, there's battles all the way through this field, but with 12 cars still in the lead pack, we're just going to keep our eyes on those guys. Grillo making a look there again on Lee Hughes, but Hughes holding on to it, and they're starting to spread out again a little bit. There's just over 4 seconds separating our 12th place from our leader, but still they're all in one group, so still everything to play for all these guys. And the draft is just so massive around here that even if you're 2 seconds back with 2 laps to go, you can still get up there and win the race with a little bit of luck. But here comes Grillo again. Which side is going to pick this time? Seems like he's in 2nd place every time we get onto this little straightaway. And he's going to move to the left this time, and he's going to lead coming into the final chicane yet again. Now down into Blanchimont, he's going to be clear of Lee Hughes, so he's made that move every single lap apart from the last one where Simon Edwards went defensive. See if Lee Hughes is going to make a move back on him here. I don't think he will. Edwards is going to go defensive on Catt, and Fiedler back. They're going to go to the outside of Anthony Catt. He's going to go around him. He's going to go around Edwards as well. He's going to get 2 positions at once here around the outside of the first part of chicane. He gets to the inside of Edwards, and he's going to gain 2 positions up into 3rd. That was unexpected from Fiedler. Edwards was covering off from Catt. Now Edwards, though, back on the inside of Fiedler. Is going to get that position right back here, I believe, into the Losaurus hairpin. Coming back down the hill now towards Eau Rouge again. They're going to be single file. Don't think Fiedler is going to be able to get that run back on Simon Edwards. He's not. They're just going to stay single file, and Lee Hughes once again moves out of the draft from Paul Grillo to get as far back behind him as possible, to get as much of draft as possible, and then catch him as late as he can on the straightaway to make sure he has that lead. But these guys, man, they're still going at it, and there's still this whole group of 12 cars within 4 seconds in the lead group. They just can't seem to break away. Here comes Fiedler to the outside of Edwards. Hughes to the outside of Paul Grillo at the front, and Hughes is going to be clear. Fiedler, though, is not going to be clear. Edwards going to have a chance to go to the inside of Grillo, but he's going to break early. They're side by side back behind again for 6th and 7th. That's PM Jones and Saunders. Saunders on the inside here for the next corner. I think he's going to be able to hold off PM Jones, but Jones holds it well on the outside, so Jones is currently in 6th, but Saunders is there trying everything he can. He's going to back in behind, though, as we're coming into Brussels now on lap number 5 out of 9. So we've just about hit halfway now as we're coming around the cow corner on lap number 5.
Yep, as we ride on board with Nicholas Vaughan Roberts at the moment in 8th position, and right behind there it looks like Rhys Saunders, and he's pretty much looking at this pack. It seems to be every time it breaks up, everyone starts swabbling amongst themselves, and it just closes back up again. And it's just the nature of Spa, and just because there's loads of straights, and if you're stuck in the slipstream, you can't really do anything.
Back behind Nicholas Vaughan Roberts, though, there is a little bit of a gap, as you can see here, down to Baranowski, Miles Tufts and Williams in that group behind. So there is now only 8 cars in the lead pack, but a little bit of scrapping here, and these guys will catch right back up as PM Jones goes a little bit wide there, but he's going to be able to hold on to it, stay back on the track. 2 wheels in the gravel, not going to hurt him too much. Saunders gets right up to the back of him again, though, and once again Paul Grillo coming down towards Blanchimont. He's going to be in 2nd. He's going to move to the inside of Leyus, and he's going to retake that lead once again. Fiedler as well going to move to the inside of Simon Edwards. The difference here is that they both have drafts, so the difference isn't as great. But Simon Edwards is going to try and hold on to the outside. He's going to back in behind him. Here comes Anthony Catt. We're on board with him. He's going to move to the outside of Edwards, see if he can do what Fiedler did last time. Fiedler to the outside of Leyus now. Grillo blocks him up, so he can't make the same move this time. Saunders back behind, makes a dive on PM Jones for 6th. Looks like PM Jones is going to hold that, though, unless Saunders can get a good exit here. He's going to have the overspeed on the outside, so Rhys Saunders up into 6th position. Vaughan Roberts right behind him trying to follow, but Paul Grillo is going to hold on to the lead. Fiedler up into 3rd. Lee still in 2nd, and Simon Edwards down to 4th again, and these guys, they're just not slowing down. This is going to keep on going until one of them is upside down.
Yeah, but this is a fantastic battle to watch. We've seen this pack, but I just feel bad we're not looking further back in the pack because of. But on the other hand, there's a fantastic battle at the front, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's we could actually, let's watch these guys down the straight, then we'll see if we can find something further back to follow for at least a few seconds. Here comes Leyus moving to the inside of Paul Grillo, and then there's Fiedler, and Simon Edwards is going to be 3 wide. It's not, because Leyus is already going to be clear. Here comes Fiedler to the inside of Simon Edwards, dives to the middle, he almost loses the car on the straightaway. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead, though. Edwards is going to back out real early. Fiedler on the inside, he's going to get the lead here from Leyus, and he's going to be up to the point for the first time. Edwards still next to Leyus. He's going to try and get 2nd place, but I think Leyus is going to have the overspeed on the outside here coming through Mondi. He is, and then contact behind. Paul Grillo throws, he's trying to get the cut on the inside of Edwards, ends up blocking Catt. They make contact, and then PM Jones now around the outside of Anthony Catt up into 5th position. Rhys Saunders has dropped back to 8th. PM Jones gets around Anthony Catt there, and Vaughan Roberts is on Anthony Catt now, so he's going to go from a potential win to almost be P7, but he's actually going to hold on to P number 6 there, so great job from him doing that. We're on board here with Vaughan Roberts, so he's in 7th, so he's got 1 car behind him, 6 cars ahead of him in this pack, which is now pulling away even more from the guys behind him.
Absolutely, and just watching on board Vaughan Roberts at the moment, and just looking behind him, it seems to be some of the cars behind have dropped off slightly, the likes of Saunders as well, but it's just unfortunate. That's what happens when you scrap away around Spa. Sometimes you can keep with the pack, but other times if you scrap too much, you'll end up just falling back, and that appears to be the case at the moment.
Definitely is, and actually looking through the field, most of the groups have spread up into 2s and 3s, so there's not very much going on. O'Keefe and McGrothry is going at it further back for 22nd and 23rd. As well as Kevin Budge and John Edwards going at it, but at the front it's Vaughan Roberts now to the inside here of Anthony Catt, and they're side by side for the lead as well. Lee Hughes is going to get up ahead of Simon Edwards. Actually, Edwards is going to pass Fiedler, who's going to lose another position there to Paul Grillo, but he's going to get it back, and they're going to be 3 wide into the final chicane. Fiedler on the inside, Grillo in the middle. PM Jones is there trying to do something. Catt going wide over the curve there. Vaughan Roberts is going to get back past Rhys Saunders as well, and I can't keep track of All these guys really going switching positions all the time, but Liu's holding on to the lead here, doing a great job as they're coming now on to lap number 7. So 3 laps to go for your race leaders, and this is letting the guys behind catch up slightly, but they didn't close up too much on that last lap, so I don't think the second group is going to be able to catch up quickly enough.
Absolutely. As we look at the second part, yeah, look at the battles further back in the pack as well. We've got the likes of Peter Cowan, Mark Redford, Samuel Motley and Adam Covell battling as well for what looks like P19 at the moment. So we've got this battle at the front and we've got this battle in the mid-pack as well. And it looks like Grillo and we've got 3 wide at the front.
We do. Paul Grillo to the inside. Use backs out though. Simon Edwards took the lead. Here comes Fiedler to the inside as well. 2 by 2. There's slight contact behind. I believe that was Von Roberts who ran in slightly to the back of Anthony Cat. Don't know if they made contact or not, or if he just managed to avoid him, but they're all still going. 3 wide again. Here comes Fiedler throwing up the inside of Paul Grillo, who's on the inside of Lee Hughes. He's going to get clear though, but think sorry, that's PM Jones all the way on the outside. Simon Edwards to the lead, and well, these guys, they just throw it every single gap they can get. They're going to be 2 and 3 wide all the way around the track. Now Fiedler is getting back past PM Jones again, who had him up the inside there. Cat is in 6th. He's trying to find an opening. He's kind of boxed in here, and then Roberts and Saunders side by side behind again. Roberts on the inside here. Saunders going to drop back to P number 8 again. PM Jones, sorry, is right on the back of Fiedler here. See if he can do anything. This is not really a position where you want to be passing, so probably gonna have to wait until you get through these next set of corners here, coming down to the next straightaway. But Simon Edwards doing a great job here. Paul Grillo now, he's in 3rd, coming down here for probably the first time in the race. See if he's able to make his way all the way up to the lead, or if he's gonna have to settle for a 3rd here. Coming around Stavelot onto the straightaway again, down towards Blanchimont. He's going to have a look to the left of Leo Hughes, but Hughes has the draft from Simon Edwards. He's going to be Leo Hughes moving to the inside here for the lead. Paul Grillo is going to throw it 3. There's not going to be enough room. He's going to try though. Right up the back of Clay Hughes. He's going to take a peek on the inside, but there's not going to be any room. Side by side with Edwards. He's going to have to slow down so much. He's actually going to lose out. Here comes Fiedler. Oh, he's going to go into grass. I think they made contact. And there we go. PM Jones is in the wall, contact with Fiedler, and Paul Grillo runs into the back of Simon Edwards as well. He's going to be turned around. What a mess that turned into be. We're going to get a quick replay of that here. And they just ran out of room. I think that was Fiedler who was in too much of a hurry to get up there. He actually Grillo ran Fiedler off the track. Then Fiedler came right across into the side of PM Jones, and then Grillo ran into the back of Simon Edwards going into the corner as it was slightly out of control and ended up spinning out. So unfortunate for him, Grillo down into P11th, and PM Jones is dropping down the order as he's going into the pits to get his spare car. Meanwhile at the front, Lee Hughes is cleared out by 1.5 seconds while they're battling behind. Edwards gets wide over. Oh, they 3 wide up to the top of Eau Rouge. So Edwards gets loose. Anthony Cat is going to get through on the outside. Von Roberts on the inside. Saunders and Fiedler are going to be side by side behind. Now they're single file again. They have to work together. They've got just under 2 laps now to catch back up to Lee Hughes if these boys want to be racing for the lead. But they're still going to be side by side here. Cat on the inside. Edwards to the inside of Von Roberts for 3rd. Von Roberts is going to hold on to that though. And now guys, you just need to get single file and start helping each other. The more you race each other now, the further away Lee Hughes is going to get, and that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leo Hughes has pretty much just said, you guys scrap amongst yourselves, I'll just take the opportunity and try and stretch the gap. And I think he's got about a 1.2 second gap, which is just about enough to try and stay away out of draft range. But at the moment, these guys in the pack behind, or this smaller pack behind rather, are still scrapping amongst themselves, and they're not doing themselves any favours at all.
Meanwhile as well, Baranowski, Miles and Grillo in that group behind these guys. Sorry, Williams, Tufts and Baranowski, they have started catching up here. So because of all this scrapping, they've gotten a lot closer. We're seeing on the right side here as well, that's Mark Redford, Peter Cowan, John Edwards, Mark Van Dalen and Maltby going at it. Right here, that would be Cowan and Edwards going side by side as Mark Redford is pulling away slightly. Edwards getting a little bit wide over the curb there as Cowan makes up a position into 17th. Van Dalen coming through as well here on John Edwards. These guys have been going at it throughout the race, but we've not been able to follow them too much because of what's been going on at the front. But 1.5 laps to go here, and It's heating up again all the way around the track. Great job from these guys though. Mark Redford doing his name proud here, moving up into P16, and at the front it's going to be side by side for second place. That's Ron Roberts to the inside of Cat. He's going to get that position away, and the group behind have dropped off quite a bit here. So that's Tufts, Williams, Bernowski and Fiedler has dropped into that group as well. I think he might have some damage from that, as he's not able to keep up with the front four. But side by side for second, side by side for fourth. Ron Roberts is going to get that from Cat. Now Saunders is going to be up the inside of Anthony Cat. He's going to move up into third, but Cat has the overspeed again on the outside, so he's going to hold on to that. Simon Edwards is back in fifth position. He might have some damage as well from that contact with Grillo. He's just going to slot him behind, and coming to the white flag now. 1 lap to go for race leader Leo Hughes, and he's got 1.6 seconds to Nicholas Von Roberts, so he is out of draft range here as we're coming up Eau Rouge and Radion. So I believe unless Leo Hughes makes a mistake, he's got this race won, and the race we've got going on here, that's going to be for second place. Von Roberts currently leading that, but Cat right behind him in second. He's not going to be taking it easy as we're coming up the top of the hill. Down the straightaway, Cat to the inside. Saunders is not going to hold back. He's going to move to the outside and make it 3 wide. Cat is going to be clear on Von Roberts, but not of Reece Saunders. Here comes Simon Edwards. He's going to force it 4. He's actually just going to stay behind. They're going to be 3 wide. Edwards on the inside. Cat, on the inside. Von Roberts in the middle. Oh. Saunders on the outside, and there's contact on the Reece Saunders. Is going to go round. He's going to park it in the middle of the track. What's going to happen there is everybody going to get through. They're going to scatter all the way around him. So Saunders keeps on going here, down in P number 9. That's going to cost him a ton of positions. What a shame. Cat though is going to hold on to second there. Von Roberts drops down to third, and Edwards gets up to fourth. But what a shame for Reece Saunders. He had a top 5, possibly a top 3 go in there, and then that happens on the final lap.
Yeah, it was unfortunate about Saunders. He was having a great run, and as we're looking at the replay now with actually Mark Redford, we were just talking about him. He's unfortunately been caught up in an incident with another car that was just went flying in the air.
Oh, that is such a shame. I believe that was Mark Lundalen who he was battling with there. Both of them straight into the wall and out of the race, so no Redford is going to finish today's race, unfortunately for them. But the battle here is still on for second. That's Cat ahead of Roberts, ahead of Simon Edwards, and way ahead of them there you can see Clay Hughes is now pulled out 2.5 seconds. So he's definitely got this one. Tufts and Clark Williams behind, and then Saunders is back up to 7th position. But the battle for second is on. Ron Roberts has a peek up the inside of Anthony Cat. They're going to be side by side now. Final lap coming down towards Blanchimont. He's going to clear him as well. Simon Edwards is going to get up to Cat. He's going to force it 3. He's going to try, but there's not going to be any room. Cat back up the inside now of Ron Roberts. Coming down to Blanchimont, who is going to be ahead. Cat is going to have the inside. He's going to be clear. He's going to slot in front of him. He's not going to force him off the track. He's going to leave him room. They're going to be 3 wide. Edwards moves to the outside. Cat has not got any speed coming down towards the hairpin. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Von Roberts on the inside. What is he going to do? He's going to cut off Edwards, but he's going to find a little bit of room. Who's going to get the overspeed? Here comes Cat on the inside. Lee Hughes has won the race. Nicholas Von Roberts though with the better speed. He's going to get 2nd place. Anthony Cat finishes 3rd, and Simon Edwards finishes 4th. That was amazing. Behind him Daniel Tufts gets 5th, and Clark Williams 6th. Reece Saunders climbs up into 7th position, and wow, that was action all the way to the end. I did not think they were going to make it through there. Here we got Adrian Fraguel and Modkiko going at it for 18th, coming out of the last corner. That's actually that's going to be Modkiko coming home there in P18. So good move there. Torpy and Cowell coming across here 20th and 21st. Parnell in 22nd. So battles all the way through the field, but that got really close at the end, and I thought Anthony Catton might be able to complete that undercut and go from 4th to 2nd in no time, but not enough. So Lee Hughes is going to come home with the victory to score his 4th win of the season, over 3 seconds ahead of Nicholas Von Roberts in 2nd, Anthony Cat in 3rd, and championship leader Simon Edwards in 4th, with Daniel Tufts rounding out the top 5. Clark Williams in 6th, Reece Saunders in 7th, Andrew Bernowski in 8th, Paul Grillo in 9th, and Michael Fiedler limping home to round out the top 10. Then we got Kevin Budgeon in 11th. Johan Pattinson drops or recovers back up to 12th after that little incident he had. Adam Miles in 13th, Seth Brown in 14th, Christopher Miles 15th, Simon Maltby 16th, Peter Cowan from 36th up to 17th, Mott Keiko, as we saw there, in 18th, with Adrian Fregwell in 19th. John Torpy goes from 40th up to 20th. Then Adam Cowell 21st, Alan Patterson, the league organizer, Peter Parnell in 22nd, and Alan Patterson in 23rd. Christopher Kane 24th, Terry McGrother in 25th, Dave Kirkman 26th, Robert Forster in 27th, Seymour Harding in 28th, Troy Adams in 29th, and Alan Kelly in 30th. The rest of the results is up on your screen. And, well, that got, well, we didn't get the race that we expected for the win there after that incident, but with Lee pulling away. But still, that was amazing battles for 2nd, 5th, 7th, and all the way down through the field there, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic race, and we had that massive pack in the early stages of the race, and then in the closing stages, everyone just kind of they started getting the elbows out, if you like, and just unfortunately just ended up in contact in the bus stop chicane. But Luke Hughes kept out of trouble, managed to hold on, and took a well-deserved win.
He definitely did, and for today's first interview, I think we'll have the most disappointed driver of them all, despite coming home in P number 6 in the end there. Rhys Saunders, how close that was to a 2nd or 3rd place finish, and then final lap contact. Talk us through that race.
Wow, it was P6. I thought it was P7, so I'm already onto a bonus. I don't know where I gained a spot from there. Nick got relegated somehow. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. We'll sort it out. It was a shame about the contact. It was just a classic case of last lap, 3 into 1 doesn't go. I'd actually lost the tip of my nose cone a little bit earlier in the race, so I was struggling for straight line speed. But yeah, it was just a 3 into 1 doesn't go. A 2nd would have been nice, but it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely is. Update there on Nicholas Von Roberts. He actually had too many incidents, so he will have had a 35-second penalty at the end there, which demotes him down to 23rd and moves everybody up. So Anthony Catt is 2nd, Simon Edwards is 3rd, and that promotes you up into 6th. So congratulations on that. But yeah, still, it was a real shame to see you get to contact there. I really thought you had a chance to get 2nd place there, and I believe that would have been one of your best finishes ever in this series. So you think you're going to be able to be up there for the end of the season and possibly battle for a win?
That's the plan. We had I've had really good pace at Bathurst in the past, so that's one that I'm targeting. I'm not so keen on Donington, but looking forward to Bathurst at the end of the season.
Well, hope to see you do well there. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Just big shout out to my team, Turn 4 Motorsports, and also just let drivers know there is a new UK&I Discord community up and running at the moment. You can find all the information for it in the forum, so if you want to get involved, just PM one of the admins for a link.
Cool, thank you for that, Rhys. Next up, we have Ryan standing by with the unfortunate Redford.
Yeah, Mark Redford, you were having a great race, until unfortunately an incident occurred in the closing stages already. Yeah, I think it was the final couple of laps. It was an incident between you and Mark, I believe. Talk about it from your perspective and what happened.
Hello, Ryan. Yeah, well, both the Redfords are a bit unfortunate today. Unfortunately, William had some equipment failure, a couple of blue screens, so I'll just, desperate to get him a new computer.
Condolences to his computer.
Yeah, as for me, I was enjoying the race. It was good. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of people not helping each other out, so we lost touch with the group ahead. And then they kind of got it together, and they were drafting a bit better. And then final lap, Camel Straight. I was in front going into the Eau Rouge and etc. But obviously they drafted past me. I was just trying to get a bit of side draft, and I think the car moved over and caught my front wheel, and that sent us stumbling. So that was the end of the race. But up until then, it was good fun, going well. Enjoyed it, apart from the last lap.
Good stuff. And what did you think of the car combination? I mean, there's various people. Some people like it in the Skippy, some other people don't like it in the Skippy. But what did you think of it?
Oh, I really like the Skippy at Spa. Yeah, it's good fun. It does mean that if you're not as fast as the car in front, you can keep up with them on the draft. But I think that's to my advantage.
And looking into Donington next week, do you think is it another track you like?
I don't think I've driven it in the Skippy. I've driven it in the BMW M8. Quite liked it in that. So hopefully I'll like it. Oh no, I did do a Skippy race last season, I think. It's okay as long as you can stay clear of the accidents, which I don't seem to be able to do this season.
Yeah, it's always been a case with the Skippy and the Donington as well, just because of the nature of the track. It's a bit difficult to avoid incidents at times, but yeah, hopefully you can redeem yourself next week and get a better result. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on track next week, Mark. And before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout to Will. He was unlucky. He qualified up in the top 5 and then equipment failure. So yeah, I think he's looking forward to Christmas and his birthday.
Great to hear.
You giving him anything special you want to reveal?
Yeah, big thanks to Nest in the Woods as well for sponsoring us.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for joining us on the booth, Mark, and look forward to seeing you on track next week at Donington.
Thank you.
And next up we have Simon Edwards. Came home in 4th, but unofficially scored in 3rd with that Nicholas von Roberts penalty there at the end. Great scrap though for you guys all the way through the race, and you had a chance for the lead. You were down in 5th, and then all of a sudden you had that little contact, and Lee Hughes was just gone. Talk us through your race there, Simon.
Yeah, I was just trying to stay safe through the race. The end of the first lap was a pain though, with going 3 wide into that last chicane, which killed Ewan, which I was trying to avoid by just staying in the middle, but I couldn't. And then Paul's missed his braking point and he's really walloped me. My rear left, something was scraping on the ground, so I couldn't really turn right because the car was bottoming out. So I was nearly losing it on every right turn. It was quite funny. Yeah, but it just shows how strong the draft is here. I could, even though I couldn't turn right properly, I could stay at the front pace just by using the draft.
Yeah, you did a great job with that. It was a pretty hard hit from Paul Grillo, and it looked like you weren't able to keep up as much as you could earlier. But still, 3rd place, you got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know why Nick got a penalty. I'll find out afterwards.
I think he had too many incidents. It says he had 19 and the limit is at 15, so I guess he got a penalty. Don't know if that'll stand though, if he got it after the finish or not.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. I mean, I got punted afterwards, so yeah, and so I was nearly on the limit as well. So yeah, that might be it. So I might drop down another place, but that was a save really. So it's Paul knows he just made a small braking mistake, so I'm not going to hold that against him. I've done it enough times myself.
Yeah, it's bound to happen when you're racing tight like this. Anybody you want to send a shout out to? I'm going to shout out to Alan again. I think he had a better race. I heard him say that he got through the first corner, so I think he had a better race. He gained 10 positions and finished 22nd.
There you go. He's had a better race. So thanks again to Alan and to my sponsor as well, Master Note. And you guys, of course.
Thank you for that. And that seems to be all the interviews we get for today. So 3, that'll do. That's a good number. We're happy with that. So thanks to everybody who joined us. Championship standings, I believe, is next up. Here we go. Simon Edwards beating Ewan Pattinson today, who finished in 11th. So increased championship standings. Quick maths, that is 59 points. He's leading by. Then another 12 points ahead of Lee Hughes, who closed in a little bit, and then Will Redford drops down to 2, or stays at 212, I should say, with today's problems. And then Paul Grillo up to 199, just 1 point ahead of Clark Williams, another 10 ahead of Lee Anderson, 159 for Von Roberts, 154 for Daniel Tufts, who's just 1 point ahead of Andrew Bernowski, and that's after 10 out of 12 rounds. Starting next week, there will be drop weeks coming into play as well, so we're going to have to do some manual maths for you ahead of the next race to keep you updated with everything going on there, what everybody's dropping and all of that. So next week we are racing at Donington Park in the UK, the Grand Prix layout for 14 laps. That will be same time, same place here on RaceSpotTV. I've been Linus Broström. I've been joined by Ryan Walker today with you guys, as always, doing the amazing job on the cameras, and we send our best wishes to Rachel Whitefoot as well, who is home sick today. You've been watching the UK&I Monday Night Skip Barber series live on RaceSpotTV in association with the Calm Zone. We hope to see you again next week, and until then, take care everybody and stay safe. Goodbye.